Hello, hello. It is me. My mic is on. Excellent. Okay. It is me, the Taku. Today we are playing some more Breath of the Wild. And this is in large part because I am in my own head a lot. Let me tell you that I don't... Oh, welcome into Dre. Welcome in. Let me tell you, I don't think the date went well. It's hard to tell. But, so I did go on a date yesterday. And I have no idea how it went. I feel like I fumbled pretty hard. There was nothing wrong with her. She was awesome. I feel like I fumbled real hard, though. I don't think I'm gonna be getting a message back. Now I'm panicking about it, so I'm just, I'm streaming. So, here we are. Hold on, I gotta turn my headset up. I feel like it's kind of soft. Okay. Oh, no kidding. Yep. I don't know. Like, so a spear haphazardly carved from a large tree branch. It looks like its original intent was for skewering meat and cooking it, but it does have some combat merit as well. Cool. Well, I gotta say that I'll probably tell this story like multiple times throughout the day, but she so I haven't met her in person, right? Up until yesterday. The idea was that she appeared on a Instagram story of my friend. So I was asking my friend who this person is. My friend gave me the Instagram details of the person, so I messaged her and asked if she wanted to get coffee, and she said yes. So, honestly, that was already further than I was expecting to get. I did not think an Instagram DM would work in the slightest, but I guess it did somehow. So all I had known about her... Oh! Ah! Mr. Modrigo! I can't hear the chime yet. I think my notifications might be broken, but... Welcome in, Rodrigo. Rodrigo? Welcome in. How are you? I was just telling my date story. I fumbled kind of hard recently. It's not looking very good. So I'm here to kind of calm my nerves about the whole thing. But Rodrigo says, "Hello, the Taku. I think it's quite brave of you to go on a date. I couldn't bring myself to do that." Well, I've been trying to put myself out there more recently because while it would be pretty cool to... Oh. Goal almost reached. Nice. But yeah, thank you so much for the sub, Rodrigo. Welcome in. But yeah, as much as I would like a woman of my dreams to find me, I don't think that's going to happen. So I'll be needing to put myself out there to find her instead. And... Hold on. Sorry, I'm so panicked. I forgot about how thirsty I was. So, as I was saying a moment ago, my friend Ari had posted on her Instagram story a picture of with this woman, and immediately I asked Ari, like, who is that? Welcome into Crusader as well. I must hear of your conquest. Okay. I'm catching everybody up right now. A reinforced Bokoblin club made to maximize damage. The sharpened bones jabbed into it, make it a brutal weapon. Nice. A Boko shield made of slightly stronger wood and reinforced with animal bones. Nice. So I Eri posted to her story, and I immediately was like, Eri, who is that? Because she was beautiful. And welcome into Azray. Welcome in. So Eri, I was trying to get Eri to set me up. Eri did not really want to set me up, but Eri was like, "Oh, here's her Instagram handle. Go nuts." So I was like, "All right." So I messaged her on Instagram, and I didn't expect anything to happen. Thank you for the bonk. Thank you. I didn't expect anything to happen. I just figured we're not meeting organically, right? So I just gotta shoot my shot and see what happens. So I messaged her on Instagram and I was like, "Hey, I'm Eri's friend, and I saw you on one of Eri's stories. I was asking about you, and she gave me your Instagram handle. So I was wondering if you wanted to go get a coffee sometime together." And she was like, "Yeah, sure." So we planned for yesterday. And I was so incredibly nervous. Like, I was super tired, because I didn't sleep well Friday going into Saturday because of how anxious I was. I was like anxious throughout the week. I'm still anxious. So I was like really tired when the date even started. We started at 11, right? Hold on. Let me get the health to stop blinking real quick. There we go. So we got started at 11, and at first I was really tired, and I was telling her about how nervous I am. Welcome into Kaio Kim. Welcome in. I was. You're right on time. Welcome in. We started at 11. We went to this coffee place, and I got there at like 10:40 because I was really nervous. Chad Taku. I was so incredibly nervous. I didn't want to be like dehydrated or have my breath stink, so I had to like. I was chugging water beforehand. This is important to the story. So I arrived there at like 10:40. I pissed so many times prior, I had to piss again. So I was like walking around looking for the bathroom and whatnot. Eventually, found it. Awesome. Sat back in my car, and she messaged me saying she was running a little bit late, like 5 minutes late. So around like a little before 11:05 roughly, she showed up, and let me tell you that she looks really good in her pictures. She looks like twice as good in real life. She was so... I don't even know. Pretty. So I mean, I already knew that she was pretty, but I didn't expect her to be like even prettier than the pictures. So at first I was like, I'm already nervous at this before she shows up, and now I'm even more nervous because I'm like, okay, well, it's one of those things where like you just feel the pressure because you're like, I can't be fumbling this, and I kind of did, but we'll get there. So the next bits, it's a little bit hard for me to recall the exact sequence of events and exactly like verbatim what happened, but the gist of it is that we started off. I think she asked me like where I knew Eri or something, but we eventually figured out that she's like a graduating class before me, and she is a year older, kind of. I say that in air quotes. She like just turned the age above mine, whereas I'm soon to turn the same age. So we're not even like a year apart in age. this is a little important to the story later. But yes, breathtaking and stunning. Very, very. Taku likes older women. I don't know, like, to me it doesn't bother me because, well, it's like to me, we're practically the same age. I don't know if she saw it that way, but we're less than a year apart. We're, like, practically the same age. Regardless of graduating class. MILF Hunter. No, she... Okay, so she is a few months older than me, but not by much. I didn't really say exactly when my birthday was. I probably should have, but um, I don't know if she's bothered by that. But continuing on, uh, I haven't like the place that we went was popular, but I haven't really been there before. So I was asking her about like, have you been here before? She's like, yeah, 3 times. And I asked her what she recommended. So then she recommended this specific coffee. So I said I'll order the same thing. So we ordered the same coffee. And we go to sit down outside. The music is blasting outside. And it's like really hard for me to think. One, I'm talking to one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen in my entire life. 2, I'm already nervous. 3, I didn't sleep well. 4, I didn't eat breakfast. And 5, the music's blasting. So I can like barely understand what's happening. I'm having like an out-of-body experience, not in a good way. But I'm just like dissociating as I'm sitting in the chair. And we get whoops. So we get to talking a little bit. And we're kind of all over the place. I'm trying to think of what the first topic we went on was, but I learned a little bit more about her, like what she... I'm going to keep the details a little vague, but like I learned about what she does for work, how much she likes her work, what she does in her day-to-day, where she went to college, what she studied for college, where she went after college, what she does now. And all these things are very interesting, but this whole time I'm like, internally I'm sweating bullets because I'm like, thankfully I can ask her questions to keep her talking, but anytime that it comes down to me saying something, I'm fumbling, right? Because I'm really nervous. And I've said that like twice throughout the date, but I was so incredibly nervous. We were trying to find people we had in common, right? And we went to different high schools back in the day. So she was asking like who I knew from that went to high school at the same time as her. And I brought up one person. And I was like, sorry, I can't remember the rest. I'm too nervous. So, bit of a fumble there. My first fumble. I've made several. At no point did certain things come out of my mouth right. So the first one was that she says that her mom does kind of like haircutting, salon kind of work. And as she was talking about that, I asked her like something like, when was the last time you got your haircut? That was like a low grade L. The way I said it sounded kind of insulting. I was trying to make conversation, but the moment it came out of my mouth, I was like, that is not how I wanted to say that. I don't want to be like saying she needs a haircut or implying that she needs a haircut. You know what I mean? Because she looks good. I didn't mean to imply that. I was just trying to make conversation. That was first fumble. And then my second fumble was that she was talking and I was holding my piss for the past like 30 to 45 minutes at this point. And I was like, I had to piss so bad. I felt like I was going to piss myself. So the moment there was a break in the conversation, I was like, I've had to piss for the past 30 minutes. I'll be right back. And then I got up and I went to use the bathroom. And then when I came back, I was like, that didn't come out of my mouth the way I wanted it to. So second fumble. Um, the real way to navigate that would have been like, sorry, is it all right if I use the bathroom? Didn't come out my mouth the way I wanted it to. But what else? We got talking about uh, siblings, family history of like Alzheimer's and dementia on both our sides. Um, what else? We talked about places to eat, places that she's traveled. I talked a little bit about where I used to work, a little bit about like my apartment living journeys and dorm life and such like that. Um, and at this point, I'm giving you guys like the short versions because this is all I can kind of remember. So I'm drinking my coffee, right? Uh, the coffee for both of us was empty around like noon. We started at 11, and by noon my coffee was empty, so was hers. I still didn't eat breakfast or lunch, by the way. Um, but I was also too nervous to like eat anything, so I was just kind of powering through with whatever calories I had in my system. Um, so we just kept talking and talking, and uh, by 3 o'clock, um, what was it? We had both kind of noticed the time, and I was like saying something like, "Oh shoot, I didn't realize how late it was," because we'd been there for like 4 hours at that point. Um, so I was like, didn't realize how late it was. So I told her, sorry, I didn't realize how late it was. I don't mean to keep you or anything. And she said that no, it's fine. She doesn't have anything to do except like a dinner thing later on with her family. So I was like, okay, great. I don't really have anything to do either. So we kept talking. We actually got into like talking about VTubers. It seems like we have like she has kind of like a passing interest in VTubers. She watches some, uh, and I never brought up that I'm a VTuber, but we had briefly talked about that as well. Um, and we were talking about like the whole Hololive people that we've seen. We both like Niji Sanji better generally, but we were talking about how the drama was affecting our like of that. So uh, we were talking about that a bit. We were talking about our uh, like I watch like drama um, documentaries on YouTube, or like kind of like recaps of like what's happening in like YouTuber drama, actor drama, show TV show related drama. Um, I like watching the long recaps or like actors how they change over time and whatnot. That's the kind of stuff I like to watch passively on my side monitor. So we were speaking a little bit about that. Um, and Crusader says talking for 4 hours seems like a great time to me. And this is where I'm kind of confused because I mean when we first started I was kind of fumbling around stuff, and I feel like I'm kind of awkward in real life. I mean, it doesn't really, I don't think it really shows through the VTuber model, but I'm very awkward. um and I said this before, but like on stream, and I did briefly mention that I do stream, but um on stream it's easy for me to monologue because I'm not, no one's like looking me in the eyes or anything like that. And when I do look people in the eyes, I get a bit nervous and confused about what I'm doing. Um, and so streaming and monologuing and whatnot is a lot different from like sitting at the table with someone and having a whole chat. Um, and I was enjoying myself. I guess my worry is that maybe my I feel like conversationally, maybe I was like okay enough, but I don't really think that I I scream romantic partner material, I guess. Um, which I think is a little bit of my worry. Uh, so, anywho, so once again, we started at 11. Now it's 4 o'clock, a little after 4. And so she has this Apple Watch, and throughout the day, she looks several times at her watch. But I notice that every time she does, it's because her watch lights up first before she looks at it. Um, because she's like got like a million notifications going on. Um, oh, welcome in, Mandy. Okay, 11 to 4 is a massively successful first date. You'd think, right? So I guess if you take everything up to this point, you'd think, and especially since like at 3 we had the discussion about like uh we had the discussion of like me saying I don't mean to keep you here. Sorry, I didn't realize what time it was, and her still choosing to stay. So I guess in my mind I'm like, okay, well maybe it's going well. But then 4 o'clock hits, and she immediately gets a phone call where she's like on the phone, like, oh yeah, hey, oh, now, ah, forgot. Okay, yeah, yeah, just give me like 15 minutes. Yeah, okay, all right, bye bye. And then she hangs up, and she's like, sorry, I really gotta go. Um, but so then she heads back to her car, and we just kind of part ways, giving her the you know, nice to meet you thing. But I don't know. Like I mean, I messaged her 2 hours later, uh, basically saying like, you know, it was really nice meeting you today. She mentioned this like izakaya place that she really likes in like a different city. So I messaged her, and I was 2 hours after the date. It's about 6 o'clock at this point. Then I was telling her that I really enjoyed meeting her, and I was thinking about checking out that izakaya that she mentioned, and if she wants to go together, just let me know. And since then, I've not had a response. So I'm a little bit anxious. I mean, we both had talked about how we're really bad at responding. So it could be that, but I don't know. Or maybe I'm overthinking it. I can't really tell. But Mandy says, Taku, I'm guessing she had plans later that day and never expected the date to go that long. Well, she says that she like she did have like a dinner thing with like a cousin that she did have to go to later that night. So I don't know. But yeah, she was called away. I don't know who called her, but I guess maybe I am prone to overthinking, right? Uh my worry is that maybe I just didn't catch a cue that she's wanted to leave, and she actually wanted to leave for like 5 hours. And that she had to, if she had to fake a phone call to get away from me, I'd be so embarrassed. But I mean, I was talking about it with Giggles, and Giggles was saying something about how no one could possibly keep me for 5 hours if I didn't want to be there. So in that way, I'm like, okay, well. But then at the same time, like, so we're both Japanese, and Japanese culture generally tends to be like less direct. Um, if they have something, some difficult thing they need to tell you, they probably won't do it very directly. I mean, I'm very much like that. I am a little bit better about being a little more direct, but I guess my worry is that like maybe the phone call was like a, you know, way to get out of there. So um, I don't know. But Mandy says, if I'm not feeling a date, I don't stay 5 hours. Not that I really date. She's probably busy. And yeah, I'm sure as well, but I mean, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I am overthinking it a little bit, but I guess in my mind, I'm like, if I was really interested in the person that I I am dating, I would probably message back like within a few hours, you know, um, just to convey my personal interest. Um, so now that it comes out of my mouth, I sound kind of crazy. I don't know. I guess the problem is more with me. I'm panicking because I don't think it went very well. Not because of her. She was fantastic. Um, but I feel like I fumbled that really hard. um, I guess I just want confirmation that I didn't fumble it. That's kind of like maybe that's more of what I want to hear, you know? Um, but what if she's over there talking to her friends about how great the date went? I would hope so, but who's to say? Chill, says Azray. This could be true. Kaio Kim says, look, if I'm being tortured on a date, I'm gone immediately. And it ain't gonna cover it up. Oops, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to give you guys a view to see while I tell my story. Telling them how romantic it was when he said, hang on, I gotta go piss. How did he do this? Okay, so this is my second fumble. The first fumble was when I said, when was the last time you got your hair cut? And after it came out of my mouth, I kind of realized, like, I don't mean to imply that you need to get a haircut. I'm trying to make conversation. I didn't say that part out loud, but the only thing I did say out loud is, when was the last time you got your haircut? And then I also said it looked good, but I did fumble a bit when that came out of my mouth. And then I was also saying that I had drank so much water because I didn't want my breath to stink and I wanted like maximum hydration, but I have a really small capacity bladder. So I had to piss for like 30 minutes while she was talking, and once there was a break in what she was saying, I was like, sorry, I've had to piss for the past 30 minutes. I'll be right back. And then I got up and then took my piss and whatnot, but I don't know. Anywho, but but yeah, I did do that. Well, Taku, you are wild. So true. I think you're good, Taku. Thank you, Madrigo. Mandy says, I say don't message her back, though she messages you, or it's been a couple days. Be confident. Thank you. I definitely don't really have any plans to message her back in the near future. I don't want to be like... I kind of feel like if she doesn't respond, it's, you know, hint taken. But, yeah. Well, welcome into Appy. Welcome in. If she doesn't respond, hint taken. I don't really think I'll be sending another message aside from the one I already sent. But I really do hope I get a reply. So, but Kaio Kim says, I think something is brewing here. I hope. Maybe she finds quirky cute. You never know. Speaking of quirky, have any of you played Love in Deep Space? Because she was saying she plays Love in Deep Space. For those of you that have never heard of this, look it up on your phones right now. It is a like 3D dating game. Ask her main. Her main is Caleb. Apparently, Caleb has like a little bit of a red flag side, which is I asked her if that was part of the appeal, but um, her main is Caleb. Yeah. And then she also showed me she has like a little keychain on her purse of Caleb. So I had her. I asked her to show me her Love and Deep Space account. So she was showing me her like her husbandos and like how she ranks them. I don't remember the exact like order, but uh, Caleb is her favorite. So, but anywho, um, but Crusader says, Taku, I believe you did rather swell. I promise this isn't just me saying that to console you. I genuinely think you did well. Thank you, Crusader. Thank you, thank you. I hope. I don't know, because sometimes, like, I'm trying not to overthink it. I know it's easier said than done. She could definitely be in the middle of something. I hope it's that and not me having done something. But, I don't know. Sometimes, like, she seems, like, really into the conversation. Like, she'll, like, light up. And then other times she seems kind of, like... It was, like, a huge spectrum of emotions. I was trying to gauge her body language. Because when she initially showed up, I did notice that it was very much like arms crossed, like very uncomfortable. And after we sat down, she pretty much like never crossed her arms again after that point. So I was kind of like, she seems pretty open. I kind of like had my arms crossed because I was like really, I mean, it was more of like a leaning on the table, arms crossed type thing. I was so uncomfortable. I was having a good time, but I was crawling out of my skin of how pressured out I was. But I don't know. Anyways, missing you, Madri G. But yes, Madrigo's here today with us. It's Madrigo. Oh, you picked a perfect time too, Madrigo. You picked a perfect time. Mandy says I played for 8 hours to show Azura what it was like. Wouldn't run on her phone. I'm assuming it's okay for me to say this, but so this girl that was talking to, she was saying that she has like a best friend. Her best friend got her into playing Love in Deep Space, but her best friend like has spent a lot of money on buying like she's talking about these cards and how her best friend bought like 40 something cards. Each one is like 30 minutes to an hour worth of like content for you to like watch and engage with. And the girl I went on a date with was saying that like she bought she bought stuff like cards like that, but she would do it watch it like immediately. And I asked her like how much did you spend on it, and she's like, I'm too embarrassed to say, or something like that. She didn't want to tell me, but I mean, I get it. I spend an embarrassing amount on Steam as well. I kind of feel like I don't think I spend that much, but I spend more than I'd like to admit, I think. So, I mean, I get it, but I'm not spending like Mandy says, my cousin spent 1K on lads. Like 1K, I don't know, but on Steam I spend more than I like to admit. Not 1K, but more than I like to admit. Not 1K in a year, anyways. Well, let's see. He promised us more streams of the New Year. Quirky 2, doing well. Quirky 2. But Madrigo, we have missed you. So true. I've missed Madrigo as well. Thank you again for the sub, by the way. Much, much appreciated. 1K on lads is kind of wild, though. I kind of feel like... Okay, here's where I might have fumbled. But she showed me her whole, like, Love and Deep Space account. And I was like, okay, since we're in a judgment-free zone, check this out. And then I showed her my Nikkei account. She didn't seem as impressed. That might have been a fumble. But at least we both put it out there. But anyways, so um, what else happened? I think my worry is that she really believes that there's an age gap between us, or that maybe she's uncomfortable with like me being younger in air quotes, because we were talking about like somebody that was like of my graduating class, and she said like of something something your age, and in my mind I'm like, brother, we're practically the same age. What do you mean? Okay, so here's the age gap, right? Here's the age gap. I don't want to say exact ages, but she is the graduate the so we went to high school in like nearby cities, but we didn't go to the same high school. She graduated high school one 1 year graduating class before I did. Okay. However, our ages are only a few months apart. We're not a full year apart. She's older by a few months. So, but she also referred to my age as like your age, and it's like, dude, I'm not that. You're like we're the same age. But anyways, but yeah, I don't know if that bothers her or not. But in my mind, I'm like, we're the same age. Come on. So, anyways, but Mandy says her IRL husband gave her money for her birthday to spend on it, which I found very cute. I was actually talking to Lavi about it earlier today, and Lavi was saying on her stream that she's playing it as well, and that her partner is pretty chill. Like, I honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully, I'm not being compared to a fictional character, because I'm not gonna hit the highs of a man from Love in Deep Space, but that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But Crusader says, I think you should do at least one more checkup text with this girl. Like Mandy said, to show that you were still interested in her. Yeah, but well, Mandy says he should give her a day or two to think things over and get back to him. Yeah, I'll give it a bit more time. I'm just panicking right now because I'm like, I guess if I was in her shoes, or if she did that to me, where she was like, thanks for meeting with me, I'm gonna go check out that place you mentioned, let me know if you want to tag along, I'd be like, yes, I'm going. I wouldn't even have to think about it. I would just say yes. So the long silence is making me panic, and therefore I'm having a stream right now, because if I wasn't talking about it with you guys, I think I'd probably be internally screaming for the next however long until I get a message back. So I'm still so stressed. I can't. I tried to take a nap earlier, but I kept waking up. So I'm still really tired, but I can't sleep. So, but Asbury says, I think you should drunk call her at 4 a.m. No, Jenkins. Well, so the thing is, I don't drink, and I also mentioned this to her, but I don't drink. Oh, you know what? Giggles was also asking me like whether I saw any red flags, and I'm happy to say that I've seen none except for one. I have seen one very giant red flag. She claims to be a homebody, but she likes to travel. Giant red flag. Heading outside, man. Not for me. I don't know, but no. Jokes aside, that's a joke. Well, it's a half joke. I am a homebody though. But yeah, she does like to travel to like Japan. She wants to go to Europe. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I haven't ever left the United States. So, you know, it's kind of Kind of tough. Kind of tough there. Tell her I'm a young man, but my soul is old. Then bite your lip. That's nothing, literally the same age, so true. Crusader says, Taku, if she finds issue with a difference of a few months, there are deeper issues, deeper lying issues with her. I don't think she does think that, though. I would hope not. I didn't say what my birthday was, but she does know that as of this moment, we technically are different ages. But, anywho. Compare her to Nikkei waifus. You don't look like Cinderella. Whatever you do, just don't text her in an overthinky headspace. Save that for when you're dating. Will do. Will do. But yeah, not a red flag. I'm joking. Touch some international grass. I don't know. I'm good. I'm good. Mandy says, I'm a homebody who likes to travel, but I only want to travel like once every few years. Yeah, it seems like she does not travel like a whole lot, but... Well, sorry, let me take that back. So, as far as I understand, after college she went to do kind of like a... program in Japan. Keeping things a little vague, but she went to do a program in Japan for a few years and then got stuck there due to the COVID restrictions at the time. And then she eventually came back. So the other thing I'm really curious about is that, like, I was looking at her and like listening to her talk, and in my mind I'm like, how are you single? Maybe this is just like, I don't know, me overthinking things, but I'm just like, I mean, she's only been back to where we live for like a year, so I kind of understand that maybe she hasn't met a whole lot of guys around where we live, but in my mind I'm like, why am I here? Like, me of all people. Like, I'm surprised that she doesn't already have a boyfriend. It's very strange. Anyways, I think I'm just overthinking it. But Rodrigo says, I do like to travel, but it is exhausting. I have to agree. I think that I don't know. Like, anytime that I travel, I get so tired. But I think that when I travel, it tends to be with family, and we tend to share a hotel room, and it's kind of hard to... Like, I'm a very light sleeper. I'm the kind of person that, like, wakes up if, like, a pin drops, and I feel like that's also... I've kind of always been that way, but I feel like a little more, like, hypersensitive late in the past few years, because... when I did live by myself in my own apartment, it was pretty much like, if something goes wrong, I need to be awake to fix it. So if I, like, I don't know, left a burner on or something, I need to be, like, alert and ready to take care of that and wake up at a moment's notice. So I feel like I don't sleep as deeply as I probably should be able to. Maybe that has some effect on that, but all this is to say that I sleep very lightly, so it's kind of hard for me to travel. But maybe if I traveled, like, alone or with just, like, one other person, it wouldn't be so bad. I need, like, dead silence when I fall asleep. So. Or I need earplugs or something. But leaving your house where you live, no. Visiting Japan every so often, yes. And I was also telling her about how I've never been to Japan. Like, I want to go, but never been. So, it's too bad. Me and my family would have liked to go this past month. And we were talking about it for a time, but that's kind of indefinitely pushed back. My while keeping things vague, my mom's uh, my mom's coworker's spouse is having like a bit of sad health issues lately, um, and as a result, the coworker needs to take time off spontaneously, and my mom is kind of like the backup, so she can't really afford to be doing vacations away from being able to work. So for that reason, we couldn't go. That's too bad. But being single is a red flag. Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know. I guess in my mind, I'm like, I'm talking to her and I'm like, my time with you has been so pleasant. I have not seen a single real red flag. I do not understand how you're single. Genuinely. Like, I respectfully, you take one look at her and she is easily, objectively, one of the most, like, beautiful women in any room. So the idea that she's, like, still single and there's nothing, like, wrong with her, I'm just like, what? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being, like, overcritical, but, I don't know. I'm just too I'm kind of sussed. I'm like, what's the catch? There's no way that this is happening. So, I don't know. Anyways, I'm trying to think of anything else that happened during the date. I had explained to her how nervous I was. Oh, so sorry. One of the things I did forget to mention. So prior to the date, I was telling her, so it's hot where I live, but I wanted to make a good impression. So I walked out of my bedroom wearing a collared shirt and pants. Like, they were kind of like, they weren't like jeans, but they weren't like dress pants, but they were like somewhere in between. I was wearing that and my collared shirt. And my mom and my sister were just hanging out, so I was like, what do you think? Is this good first date material? And they sent me back and told me to go change. Apparently, it was too formal. A silent mushroom that grows softly in the forest at night. Cooking it into a dish unlocks the nutrients in its cap, resulting in a meal that will allow you to move stealthily. Cool. But yeah, ultimately I ended up wearing a restaurant-branded t-shirt. It was a nice shirt, to be fair. And my shorts. And my slippers. But should have worn a Metal Gear Solid shirt on the date. I did briefly get a chance to mention my love for Metal Gear Solid, surprisingly. So she... Hold on. Gotcha. So we were talking about, like, VTubers and whatnot, and she had mentioned that she was watching, like, a little bit of Hololive and Niji-Sanji stuff, and I was talking about how I got into Niji-Sanji because of Homu's reaction to a Metal Gear video, because I'm a giant Metal Gear fan. So yeah, we did mention that. She didn't really say much about Metal Gear, so I'm assuming she doesn't play... Oh, whoops, my bad. I'm assuming she doesn't play Metal Gear, which is fine. But that's how that went. So, yeah, I know how it is. Wait, can I... Oh, I can. So yeah. I guess you'll have to teach her all about it. I hope I get the opportunity. I hope I get the opportunity. What I need first is a text back. Because... I don't know, like... My main worry is that, like, I understand you guys are talking about how, like, you know, no one could possibly keep you guys on a date for 5 hours if you didn't want to be there. And I understand that part, but I'm gonna be real with you guys. Serious moment. I'm not sure if I was on a bad date, I'm not sure how I would wiggle my way out of it either. I don't know if I'd go as far as to like make a fake phone call to get out of it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking, but my worry is that like maybe I didn't read the signs and she was trying to leave. Which would make me feel pretty silly, to say the least. So, yikes. But hopefully it's not that, so here's hoping. Anyway. Alright. We finished the Misco quest. But yeah, I really wanted to talk to you guys today, because if I did not... I'm gonna need to talk. I mean, I've got family dinner coming up, so I can't talk all night, but... if I... Oh, truffles are in here. If I did not talk right now, I think I would probably lose my mind. So I need to do something to get my mind off of the anxiety I feel in my chest, because it is severe. But she'll text you back. It'd be wild if she didn't. It's very easy to say, I have something to do in an hour, and find your way out, though. And it sounds like the convo flowed pretty easily. I suppose, but I don't know. Oh, raw bird drumstick that's been cooked to crisps. It's cooked to a crisp, skin and all. If she wasn't enjoying the date, she would have left when you said you didn't realize how late it was. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I'm awkward to be like, oh, I'm awkward enough to be like, I don't have anywhere to be, and then actually not want to be there. Oh, this magical sword was forged in the lava of Death Mountain. Damn it. You know, the only thing I miss from Tears of the Kingdom is like that. I'm pretty sure you could go into the weapons menu, like the mini one, and just drop stuff from there. That's the only thing I kind of miss. It was kind of nice. Appy says, sorry, but I have another date this afternoon. We might need to cut this shorter. I'm gonna call you later. Now that would have been a funny one. I would have been so sad, but that would have been funny. But yes, this is the Switch 2. So, to catch you up, Madrigo, I got the Switch 2 as a present for Christmas, and I got Breath of the Wild for Switch 2. So we are currently playing at 4K 60 FPS, baby! It'll be 1080p on stream, but technically I'm playing in 4K. It's pretty cool. But isn't it so much smoother? I mean, look at it. Ah, smooth. But this is the one thing I really wanted for Breath of the Wild. It's just like a smooth experience. I wasn't a big fan of the 30 FPS. Like, I dealt with it, but 60 feels so much better. So, but yeah, I don't really know if I'm gonna make this like a real long time commitment on the channel for Breath of the Wild. This is more of just like the past 2 times today and the last time I played it were both just kind of like, I feel like talking on a Sunday, so I'm gonna throw up a stream that's not actually on the schedule, and I'm gonna play Breath of the Wild. So I'm not really making a commitment just yet to like do the entirety of Master Mode, but this is just kind of something to do while I talk. So Anywho, sorry, but Mandy says, I need to go make dinner, so if I miss you before you leave, keep us posted. Thank you, Mandy. I hope you have a wonderful dinner, Mandy. Have a wonderful dinner. But yeah, sorry I missed that message. Well, Breath of the Wild is a good game to do just that. So true. So true. And I have missed Breath of the Wild. I do think I generally want to focus on stuff I haven't played before, generally speaking. But I don't know. I'm not really sure where to go next because, I mean, we're starting a new year. New year, new content. And I'm a little bit unsure about where to go with the channel at the moment. Gates of Hell is something that I'm like currently, it's my current hyperfixation, I'd say. I play it a lot on stream and off stream. For those of you that haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out. And I find that I'm a little bit conflicted because, well, I enjoy it. That's the reason it's on the schedule. I think it's fun to watch. Also part of the reason it's on the schedule. And there is like a dedicated fan base of you guys that want to see that game. Therefore, it remains. But keeping that as the only thing is kind of like not quite sitting right with me. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do outside of that. Currently, the other side thing... Oh, welcome in to K. Scott. Welcome in. Yes, the date happened. I can give the short version, but yeah, the date did happen. I'll explain it again in just a bit, but to finish my thought real quick, on Red Dead Redemption is the other thing that was running on the channel, and I am very close to cutting it. I don't think... The problem is that we're maybe, like, a little more than halfway done, but that's still several more streams of Red Dead to do. And I can't think of many that are interested in Red Dead, so I'm thinking of pulling it from the channel in favor of something else that I haven't played before. I find that generally stuff I have played before doesn't really do super hot. Breath of the Wild being somewhat of an exception to that rule. But for the most part, stuff I've done before I don't think is as interesting to watch. And I don't think you guys are too interested in it, so I'm thinking of pulling that in favor of something else on the channel. But I'm not quite sure what that thing is yet. So I gotta think about that. But there's a few more days in the Steam sale left. There is... I bought Steel Division, but I feel like that's another Gates of Hell, so I'm kind of not too keen on having that take up a spot meant for something else, so I'm thinking about what to do. But anyways, so K. Scott, welcome in. I had just told the date story, but I'm not really sure how much detail to go into it again, but the gist of it, to recap the story, I had gone to the date at 11 yesterday, and just as enough, thank you. At 11 o'clock yesterday, I had the date, and I was incredibly nervous and, like, really tired and anxious. I didn't sleep very well the night prior, and I didn't eat breakfast either, because I was under the impression we'd probably eat something. We didn't. We just ordered coffee. And to be fair, I could have ordered something, but I didn't. So I just had my coffee, and I was like, whatever calories I had in my body plus the coffee was like all I had for the date. So we started at 11, and we had talked about tons and tons of stuff. We talked about our like what high schools we went to, what colleges we went to, what we did after college, both of us, and what we're currently doing now, what our jobs look like. She gave me a bit of a rundown of like what she does at work, some interaction she's had at work, funny stories about that. We talked about what was it? VTubers, places she's traveled. She showed me pictures of her travel. She talked about Love in Deep Space. Speaking of which, check out Love in Deep Space at K-Scott. If you're into 3D husbandos in a fictional space setting, Love in Deep Space is for you. She was talking a bit about that. She showed me that on her phone and whatnot. I think I heard about that. She was talking about her like favorite husbando. Caleb is her favorite. So she was talking a bit about him, and I was like having her like show me her game profile on her phone. So we were going over that for a bit, and all in all, around like 3 o'clock, 3:15, we had been there for like 4 hours at that point. We had both noticed the time, and I was like, I said something to the effect of like, "Oh shoot, sorry, I didn't realize what time it was. I don't mean to keep you here." And she said oh no, it's fine. I don't have anything to do until like this dinner thing. Welcome into Moxie. Welcome in. Okay. I'm talking about the date. So, sorry, I'm gonna recap again. I'll be shorter this time. So the gist of it, we started the date at 11. I was really tired. I had some coffee, but that's all I had in my system. So I was fumbling through all the conversations. And she is very pretty in her pictures. But in real life, she's like double or triple how pretty she looks in the pictures. She's very, very pretty. Which doubled my nervousness because I'm like, okay, I can't be fumbling this now. I don't want to look like a fool. I was already nervous, and then on top of that, extra nervous. So we had we had talked for 4 hours, and around 3:15, we both noticed the time, and I was like, "Sorry, I don't mean to keep you. I didn't realize what time it was." And she was like, "Oh, that's fine. I don't have anything to do until like dinner time. I gotta take my cousin to the dinner or something." And I said, "Oh, cool. I don't have anything to do today either." So we kept talking, and then around 4 o'clock, like around 4:15, let me whack the bot. Around 4:15, she got an abrupt call, and she was like, "Oh, yep, gotta go," and then she had to leave abruptly. So all in all, from start to end, it was about 5 hours. We started around 11. We ended around like a little after 4. And this whole time, I'm so incredibly malnourished that I'm like, feel like I'm gonna pass out or something. I don't know. I was so tired. But I guess my thought is that I don't know, like my worry. Thank you for the lurk, by the way, Moxie. Thank you. Hope you enjoy your lurk. I don't know if you can hear me, but I hope you enjoy your lurk. But yeah, so I feel like I was good at at asking questions about her, absorbing the information, but I feel like anytime that I would speak, I'd fumble through what I was saying. And my worry is that I don't like. Yeah, we were there for 5 hours, but my worry is that like I don't really think I did very well. Um, and I had sent. We had talked about like Japanese restaurants, and there's an izakaya in a different city that she was really talking up during the date. So around 6 o'clock, 2 hours after we had ended, I sent her a message to be like, you know, thanks for meeting with me. I really enjoyed getting to know you. And I was also thinking about checking out that place, the Japanese restaurant you mentioned. And I was wondering if you wanted to go do that together. And maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I didn't get a response yet. And it's been almost 24 hours. So I'm kind of like, oh no. I guess I just want that confirmation about whether I fumbled or not. And as we were talking about earlier, K Scott, I think Mandy and Kim were basically saying that like, and Giggles in private off stream were basically saying that like, if a date was going bad, I'm not staying there for 5 hours. I'm finding a reason to leave. I think Mandy was saying I think it was Mandy was saying something about like, I would have said I got somewhere to be. Kim was basically saying like, I'm just leaving. I'm not covering it up. And Giggles was basically saying like, no one could keep me in a date for 5 hours if I was not enjoying myself. So I guess in my mind, I'm like, I don't know. I understand that, but I still kind of feel like I fumbled. But yeah, the reason I'm streaming today, one, I'm kind of in the mood, and two, I'm really panicking about it internally. I'm like screaming on the inside. To this moment, I'm still screaming on the inside with worry about whether I'll get a text back at all. But I thought I would just vent my feelings into the void and, you know, make the screams a little quieter. So, but yeah. So to respond to K Scott says you had yourself a certified hottie patati. Oh yeah, she really is like. I mean, I always like, I knew based on the pictures, like, she's good looking. I did not expect her to be that good looking. She was pretty breathtaking. So, but yeah, I know I said I'd give the short version, but I pretty much gave almost the long version. But yeah, I'm hoping to, oh shoot. Hoping to get a message back, maybe. But we will have to see. As of now, I do not have a message back. So. But Giggles says, Loki lurking, but Taku, you got this. Breathe and have patience. Thank you, Giggles. Thank you. I'll try, I guess. I don't know. I'm just nervous, man. I don't know what's gonna happen, so. I don't know, but if I don't get a text back, it is back to the dating drawing board for me. And I would prefer not to go back to the drawing board. But I will say, that's probably, I think that has to be the best date I've had since I've had a girlfriend back when I was in high school. So, It's been a while. All the other dates I've had, like, they were not great for one reason or another. So, but yeah, I don't know what she thinks of me. I think she's awesome, but I don't know what she thinks of me. So, like, I feel like yeah, I can talk and whatever. I don't feel like conversation, like, talking on stream is one thing. Conversationally, I'm not as adept. Where was that? What was I saying? So, like, yeah, I can talk, but I don't think that I exude boyfriend material or romantic anything. I'm very much just a guy, so I'm not really sure what she thinks of me, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anywho.
Hey.
I haven't seen your face before. Do you know about the stable system? I do. Pardon me, let me start over. Welcome to our stable. If you've come with a wild horse, you can register it with us here. What'll it be? Catching horses?
Oh. Hey.
Okay.
Oh.
I could have sworn there was like some kind of horse catching quest. Okay, well. The stable theme and all. Yeah, she is genuinely like, wow, dude. So, I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will most certainly see.
Yeah.
I don't believe I've made your acquaintance. The name's Beetle, but you can call me... Actually, let's just stick with Beetle. But even if you forget my face, you can remember me by my beetle-shaped backpack.
Wow.
Despite these dangerous times, you'll find me traveling all over Hyrule to fulfill your shopping needs. I stock many special bugs and must-have items for travelers, and I always charge a fair price or my name's not Beetle. I also buy all sorts of things. If you're in need of rupees, gemstones in particular, fetch a high price. How can I help you today?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't need anything right now. Except the girlfriend. But yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about her, about our interactions. Oh, the one thing I didn't mention, K-Scott, is that my worry is that she might be bothered by the knowledge that she's older than me. I don't think she considers us the same age, but we technically, like, kind of are. So she is, like, we went to high school at the same time, but to two different high schools. She graduated a year before I did. So in that way, she's older, in air quotes. But if you take our... when we were born, we're only separated by, like, less than a year. So ultimately, we're basically the same age. She's a few months older than I am, but she's not, like, a full year older. But there was one time where she referred to, like, me and another person as, like, your age, and in my mind I'm like, what do you mean your age? We're the same age. So I don't know. A little strange. A little strange. What hopefully that doesn't bother her, but we shall certainly see. We shall certainly see. Where am I going? Seek out Impa. You were tasked with going to Kakariko Village to speak with Impa, who will give you more details on your quest. Descend from the Great Plateau and head east beyond the dueling peaks. Then follow the road to the north. The blinking dot on your Sheikah Slate's map will guide the way. Oh. Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay. There we go. Whoops, my bad. And have you been on other dates recently? Actually, I have. Since we last spoke, I've almost gone... I've gone on 2. I've almost gone on 3. I'm not sure where last we left off in Taku dating history, but... so... The first one this year, I had worked up the courage to ask out this, this restaurant cashier that I've been interested in for a bit. And I finally worked up the courage to ask her out. I gave her my number, and she texted me. But when we were going to do the date, she got sick, and we ended up, like, getting to know each other over text. And she had displayed a lot of red flags over the course of us texting. And eventually I was kind of like... She had brought up, like, how we're... seemed kind of different, and I was like, yep, I don't think it's gonna work. But it was nice getting to know you. And I just kind of ended it there. There were a lot of, like... And welcome in, the Patriot. Welcome in. I finished my date. I just finished the recap, but new game. Technically, this is an old game. I played this on the channel like 2 years ago. Wow, 2 years ago. But yeah, I played this on the channel like 2 years ago. I'm just playing it right now to, as I recap my my dating experience. New game for me, I see. Yes, I highly recommend this if you have a Switch. Highly recommend. But, yeah, sorry. Recapping my dating history. So, damn! Wasn't expecting the bomb arrow. So, the restaurant worker, too many red flags, I decided to just end that there. I was just not interested in building anything with her. She had kind of indicated that she's, like, really petty and, like, prone to crash out. So, and I didn't really think I was particularly interested in building something with someone that might be petty and crash out. So I ended that there. Damn it. And then the second person I had met on a dating app, but that one, we just weren't compatible. We weren't compatible. I kind of felt like she wasn't interested either, but it was kind of hard to tell. I found myself carrying, like, all of the conversation. Like, she wouldn't talk unless I asked her a question, and even then, it didn't really seem like she wanted to talk, which was kind of, like, a little strange. I went on 2 dates with that girl, and at the end of the second date, it was like, we started at like 10, and around like 12, I asked her if she wanted to get lunch, and she was like, I think I'm gonna go home. And then she left. And then it was radio silent for like a week. And then I messaged her and I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. so that didn't really work out. But yeah, this past date, it was 5 hours. Patriot says no, game over, and avoid petty. Yes, definitely. I don't know, like I don't consider myself petty. Like sometimes I hold on to my angry feelings about something for longer than I like to admit, but I wouldn't describe myself as petty, and I don't find petty to be a very good indicator of a good person. The cap of this mushroom is very hard. Use it when cooking to prepare a dish that increases your defense. Nice. I guess my I don't know. I think it says a lot about someone the way they treat their enemies, I guess. And she didn't really go into detail why she was petty, or why she self-describes as petty, which is also kind of like, oh no. So yeah, I was just kind of decided maybe I shouldn't. So, but yeah, definitely ready to mingle. I'm really hoping that this thing with the girl I went on a date with most recently, I'm hoping that it does solidify into something, but I have to get a second date first. Right now, I had the one. I honestly don't even know if I'll be getting a second one, but I did. It was a good time. So, the Patriot says to avoid petty, and my rule: never forget, try to forgive. Yes, I agree. I think I don't know. I agree. I'll just leave it at that. Funky club made of by a bokoblin. If you swing it at an enemy shield, it may be able to knock the shield out of your foe's hand. Nice. I'll just leave that there. But what else is there to say? But yeah, I was saying, oh, it's Hestu. I was saying that. Okay, so to catch you up, Patriot, I'm gonna give the really short version now. But we started the date at 11, and she is incredibly pretty, even prettier than the pictures, and I was already nervous to begin with. Being there with her made me even more nervous. I feel like anytime I would talk, I just fumble through whatever I'm trying to say. Really nervous, really afraid of the whole situation. And we started at 11, around 3 o'clock. We had both realized what time it was, and I was like, oh, sorry, didn't realize that so much time had passed. I don't mean to keep you here. And she was basically saying, oh, no worries, I don't have anything to do until like dinner time with my cousin. And I was like, cool, I don't have anything to do today. So we kept talking, and then at 4 o'clock she got an abrupt call. And then she had to dip out. So but yeah, I messaged her at 6 saying like I had a nice time meeting her, and if she wanted to check out the Japanese restaurant she mentioned, just let me know, because we can go together. And I haven't got a reply just yet, so I'm kind of panicking, and thus I'm streaming. So here we are. But Patriot says, I had some good news. Down the line, I might be able to try to re-enlist in the armed forces. Somebody's willing to vouch for me. And life issues right now, but you know, nice things might happen later on. Nice. That's very nice, Patriot. Very, very nice. Keep me updated on how that's going. Keep me updated. That's so exciting. But I know the military does have some good opportunities. Some good opportunities. Shalaka. You can see me? I can't see you. Sholoko? Then how are you talking to me, silly boy? It's been 100 years since anyone has been able to see me. I'm Hestu, and I need your help. Those monsters over there stole my beloved maracas. I think they're still there on the other side of those rocks. I can't use my powers without them. So please get my maracas back from them. Okay. The priceless maracas. Okay. And Patriot says, for me, it's better than not, in my opinion. Better to enlist than to not enlist? Climbing cliffs is a challenge on a rainy day, even for an old hand like me. Best to just wait out the rain on those days. I'm selling a few things I picked up in my travels. Doesn't cost a look. No. I have no money. Or no money I want to spend anyways. Oh, but yes, okay. Yeah, I was briefly... Ah, shoot, these guys are really tough. I didn't think they were this tough. That's not good. Oh, man. Okay, I blew myself up. Damn. I don't know about this. Oh, yep. That's rough. Oops. Dropped one of my controllers. Oh, man. Ooh. Oh, man. Dude, I'm so tired, but I can't fall asleep. I'm so nervous. I would love to sleep right now, but I cannot. I can close my eyes all I want. I'm not falling asleep. Getting the maracas, though. I gotta think about this. You know what? Let's meet with Impa first, because I think... Wrong buttons. I'm pretty sure that there's a place to cook in the village, so let's go take a look. The Patriot says, I can likely sum it up as I have too many life issues at the moment, but down the line, possible. And by the way, I found out something. Yes. What did you find out, Patriot? What have you found out? Oh shoot, which reminds me, I didn't reply on Discord yet. Sorry about that. I did not reply on Discord yet. Gates of Hell Ostfront. The Germans have a special thing. Bicycle troopers, that's right. I remember now. I still have to watch the video. Nice. I guess it's not just the British Commonwealth. Who invented bicycles? That's what I want to know. Ooh. Get it, get it. Ah, damn it. I just missed. I probably should have grabbed a horse before I came up here, now that I think about it. But that's fine. We're just going on a little adventure. Just a tiny adventure. And that, I don't know, but I know they existed in World War I. Nice. I'm surprised. What is that? It's a glowing beetle. Energetic rhino beetle. This valuable beetle can live up to 10 years. When cooked with monster parts, its impressive vitality translates into an elixir that will greatly restore your stamina. Sick. And World War II era. I'm surprised that no one's made, like, armored bicycle units or something. That would be cool. I mean, I guess in a war where everything explodes, it probably wouldn't work very well. Traveler! I'm sorry, but I seem to have twisted my ankle. Let's see here. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Say, traveler, where did you get that object hanging from your waist? Well, you see, I woke up in a cave.
Oh.
Yes, I see. That Sheikah slate is a symbol. It means you are the hero of legend. Though there are few who know of such legends anymore. But we Sheikah have been waiting for you for a very long time. Please, before all else, I must insist that you meet with our leader, Lady Impa. Where is she? Lady Impa's house is below Lantern Falls, just over there. In any case, it was a real honor to meet you. Heh, I suppose you're used to that, having lived as long as you have. Yes. And mobile troopers, I hear? I assume like rapid response troops. And isn't Link unable to speak? I apologize, I know older games. I think like he has a voice actor for grunts, but he doesn't like... Oh, Restless Cricket. He doesn't traditionally like say sentences. He canonically can speak. He just chooses not to. He's kind of like, you know Chell from Portal? He's kind of like that. Where he can speak, but like, according to lore, the reason he doesn't speak much in this game is specifically because he knows that he's the chosen one, and like, because of the seriousness with which he takes his duty, that's the reason that he chooses not to speak much. But you can reply to dialogue. Ha! It's rare to see a young lad like you in a village like this. You aren't part of the Yiga clan, are you? Nah, I'm just pulling your leg. You look so serious, I couldn't help but goad you a bit. We call those who swear allegiance to Calamity Ganon the Yiga clan. Well, let's just say they don't take kindly to those who would stand against Ganon. It seems they're active again, ever since that big earthquake the other day. But don't worry, I don't think you're part of that awful Yiga clan. I can figure that much out just by looking at you. Please don't hold it against me. Here, take this in exchange. Oh, cool. Fortified pumpkins are Kakariko Village's specialty. I put my heart and soul into every one of them. They're delicious. If you want more, I can give you some. Just stop by the fields and say hello. Okay. But yeah, he is like the strong silent type. Had an idea for a stream as a 40k fan. Would you want to watch a movie somebody made? When it comes to watching, I can watch it on my own, but when it comes to watching like content, YouTube content and such on stream, I generally try to stray away from it because I worry about copyright. That's my main concern with that one. There we go. Oh, you there. Who are you? How dare you trespass upon Lady Impa's abode? Is that a Sheikah slate? But that would mean you're... It's not possible. Can it be?
Oh.
Please forgive us for behaving so rudely. Of course, we have heard the legends from Lady Impa herself. Please, friend, go ahead and step inside. Okay.
Ooh.
Though it was simple ignorance, I must apologize again for my actions. Lately, the Yiga clan has been stirring up trouble. We are all on high alert. Still, that is no excuse for my behavior. We of the Sheikah tribe have long been heralded as a people of great wisdom. Our technology became the key to sealing Ganon away during the Great Calamity, some 10,000 years ago. At one point, our technology was praised as the power of the gods, but eventually the people turned on us. Our creation came to be viewed as a threat to the kingdom. The Sheikah became outcasts, forced into exile. Some, like us, choose to cast off our technological advances and strove to live normal lives. Others fostered a hatred toward the kingdom that shunned them. These sad souls swore their allegiance to Ganon. They now call themselves the Yiga clan. Their sole mission is to eliminate all who stand against Ganon. Please, dear hero, be careful out there.
Yeah.
Okay. And no problem. It's just Hell's Reach. You would likely like it. And even if it's off stream. Alright. Send it over on Discord. I wish to take a look. I wish to take a look. Oops, wait. I don't know what it is about Breath of the Wild streams, but it genuinely kind of makes me lose my voice a little bit. I can feel my voice going out. Oh-ha! Oh-ha! Oh, and Madrigo says, time for bed. Good luck with your dating endeavors, Taku. Thank you, Madrigo. I hope you have a wonderful sleep. And thank you for wishing me luck. I'll try to keep you guys updated on how that goes. But we'll see. But have a wonderful night, Madrigo. Thanks for joining us today. And thank you again for the sub. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to use this opportunity to take a quick break because I'm actually kind of losing my voice. I gotta fill in some water. I'm really thirsty. But thank you, thank you. No, thank you, Madrigo. Thank you so much for the sub. Hope to see you again soon. And I'll be right back though. I gotta fill in water, so I will be right back. BRB. Righty then. I'm back. And I do not have a reply yet. My anxiety grows. There we go. Have to fix my model a little bit. Okay. Taku will be getting a dual streamer next year. Dual streamer? Oh. I wish. I don't know, man. We did bring up if the conversation kept going, there's a chance that I might have just admitted that I was a VTuber. Because I did mention already that like streaming is my hobby. I didn't really elaborate on it. She didn't really ask me to elaborate on that. But she did mention that she watches VTubers. So I don't know. Maybe I could get some brownie points. And maybe that way she could just see my stream and see that I'm not normally that awkward. It's not normally this bad, you see. A man? Is that... It's a Sheikah slate. Could you be the hero my grandmother told me about? What was his name? Lin... It's not that I forgot, I'm just bad with speaking. As for me, my name is Oh, my name's Paya. Whew, I got it out. Me on yesterday's date. I know I should be able to say that easily, seeing as how it's my own name and all. I'm so sorry. Anyways, my grandmother has been waiting your return ever since I was little. Please hurry inside. Ah! Master Link, you're very close to me right now. Well, my grandmother's waiting for you at her abode. Please hurry to her. Right. Link's getting all the girls. You'll get the brownie points. I hope so. I don't know. I guess I'm just really worried that I fumbled yesterday. I'm so worried.
So, you're finally awake. It has been quite a long time, Link. I am much older now, but you remember me, don't you?
I'm gonna be real with you, Impa. Link doesn't remember anything.
Ah,
What is the matter? You were looking at me as though I am a stranger to you. Those eyes, they lack the light of familiarity. It is I, courageous one, Impa. Surely you must at least remember the name Impa.
oh,
I see. So you have lost your memory.
ah.
Oh, it matters not. In fact, that may actually be a blessing in disguise for the time being. Dearest Link, please come a bit closer. Dearest Link. I'm old, Link. 100 years ago.
Oh.
Yes, 100 years ago, the kingdom of Hyrule was destroyed. After you fell, Princess Zelda's final wish was to place you in a sacred slumber. And then all alone she went to face Ganon. Before Princess Zelda went to nobly meet her fate, she entrusted me with some words she wished to say to you. I have been waiting 100 years to deliver the princess's message.
Oh.
However, these words, which the princess risked her life to leave you, well, if you are to hear them, you must be prepared to risk your life as well. But I am afraid that burden may be too much to bear while you are still without your memories. I leave the choice to you. When you feel you are ready to receive the princess's message, return to me. Patriot says, meh, you fumbled, you fumbled. If you didn't, it's meant to be. Thank you, Patriot. And switches exist in Link's world? Isn't that mentioning Ocarina of Time? So, I'm a little bit of a novice when it comes to my understanding of Zelda history. As I understand, Skyward Sword takes place first in the timeline. And it kind of sets up the whole Link, Zelda, and Ganon fight across time, and each game is kind of like a reincarnation of Ganon, Zelda, and Link over and over again. I mean, I guess some games are the same Link and same Zelda and whatnot. But the gist of it, evil is afoot, tends to take the form of Ganon. Zelda is kind of like a descendant, blood of the princess or something. And Link is the warrior that... Link is the warrior that is kind of chosen to fight the evil alongside Zelda. And as I understand, like a few games after Skyward Sword, after they've reincarnated so many times they had like a big fight in one of the games, and the game splits off between like there's like a time travel after the game ends. I guess there's a final fight with Ganon. There's a timeline. It splits. The Zelda timeline splits into three. So it is a timeline in which Link goes back in time and prevents the game from happening. So that splits off into one timeline. Actually, this might be Ocarina of Time. He stops. Maybe this is spoilers. Sorry if it is, but there's one timeline where he goes back in time and stops the events of the game from happening. So there's that timeline. There's a timeline where Link just wins, and there's a timeline where Link loses the fight. And then several games after that are based on like 3 different timelines. However, Breath of the Wild takes place, as I understand, it takes place so far in the Zelda timeline, so far in the future, that anything is canon because it doesn't matter. Regardless of whether the hero went back in time and prevented stuff from happening, whether he won, whether he lost, none of that matters because we are so, like, we're not just like 100 years in the future. We're talking like so incredibly far into the future that no one even remembers what happens in the past games. Kind of. So what's cool about this game, the Breath of the Wild takes place 100 years after they already kind of lost to Ganon. So essentially there's a fight that takes place where like Link and Zelda know that the calamity is coming based on like prophecy. So they're preparing for the fight. So Link, Zelda, the Kingdom of Hyrule are preparing to fight Calamity Ganon. But the problem is that none of them are ready by the time Calamity Ganon shows up. So Link gets like severely injured. And what Zelda chooses to do is postpone the fight. So she puts Link into like a stasis chamber for 100 years so that his body can recover, while Zelda uses what... The music is loud all of a sudden. Zelda, meanwhile, is using what power she does have to try to like keep Ganon at bay for 100 years. But now, 100 years are over. Link has awoken from the stasis chamber. His wounds are healed, but he doesn't remember anything. And that's kind of where the game takes place, where you get to play as Link, but Link doesn't remember anything that happened because he was in the stasis chamber for so long. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So Impa, like, already knows us. We technically know Impa from 100 years ago. Impa was alive 100 years ago. But Link doesn't remember who she is. So that's kind of where we're at. And what else? I think that's all there. Oh, the other really cool thing about this game is that because it takes place so far in the future, everything is canon, and technically the landscape is kind of canon as well. So like you can find like areas or remnants of past Zelda locations. So like you can find like a shrine from Skyward Sword that's like still intact, but just barely. You can find like a village from a different Zelda game that is really hard to tell that it's the same village, but you can kind of see like the fence posts where the village originally stood, like however many years ago. If you get DLC, you can find artifacts from the other games. So all in all, it's really cool. To kind of be in like a post-apocalyptic world, I guess you could say, of Zelda, where everything that did happen in the past did happen, and in some cases you can find evidence of that. So that's really cool. But yeah, it is multiverse shenanigans. But Link was picked by Big E. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but Link definitely is the chosen one. But I don't mind. I apologize. I know very little on Zelda. That's okay. I don't know much on Zelda either. I have played a few Zelda games, but I've only finished Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, so I don't know much myself either. But I have played a little bit of Wind Waker. Not Four Sword, but there's one that comes before that. I played a Game Boy Advance version, and I also played Age of Calamity a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty cool. This game is really, really cool. The words that the princess risked her life to impart to you. I cannot pass them on to someone who lacks conviction. Are you prepared to risk your life for the greater good? I am. Not a memory to your name, yet you are as intent as ever to charge forward with only courage and justice on your side. You have not changed a bit. Once a hero, always a hero.
Oh.
Very well. Since you have lost your memory, I will recount for you all that has happened.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages. This evil has been turned back time and time again by a warrior wielding the soul of a hero and a princess who carries the blood of the goddess. With the passage of time, each conflict with Ganon faded into legend. So listen closely as I tell you of this legend that occurred 10,000 years ago.
10,000 years ago.
Hyrule was then blossoming as a highly advanced civilization. Even the most powerful monsters posed little threat to the denizens of the realm. The people thought it wise to utilize their technological prowess to ensure the safety of the land should Calamity Ganon ever return. They constructed 4 mechanical wonders that came to be known as the Divine Beasts. They also built a legion of autonomous weapons called Guardians. The Divine Beasts were piloted by 4 individuals of exceptional skill from across the land. And thus, the plan to neutralize Ganon was forged. Upon Ganon's inevitable return to Hyrule, the princess and the hero fought alongside these 4 champions against this ancient evil. The Guardians were tasked with protecting the hero as the divine beasts unleashed a furious attack upon their terrible foe. And when the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness delivered his final blow, the princess used her sacred power to seal away Calamity Ganon. Yeah.
100 years ago, in preparation for the foretold revival of Ganon, we strove to follow the lead of our ancestors 10,000 years prior.
Oh.
But in the end, despite our best efforts and careful planning, we underestimated his power. In order to avoid ever making that grave mistake again, the princess left you these words.
Oh.
Free the 4 divine beasts! That is what she said. 4 divine beasts. The 4 divine beasts are the ancient Sheikah weapons wielded by the 4 champions who Ganon defeated. The divine beast Varudania, controlled by Daruk of the Gorons, the divine beast Valmedo, controlled by Rivali of the Rito, the divine beast Varuta, controlled by Mifa of the Zora, and the divine beast Va Naboris, controlled by Urbosa of the Gerudo.
Oh.
It would be extremely ill-advised to face Ganon without the power of the divine beasts to help you. You must infiltrate the divine beasts that were stolen away by Ganon 100 years ago and bring them back to our side. More information about these divine beasts can be found by locating the 4 races scattered across Hyrule.
Yeah.
The Sheikah Slate will guide you on your way. You must go where it tells you and meet with each leader there. Alright. It seems to me that your Sheikah Slate is not yet complete. The device Princess Zelda left you is your guide and also your memory. Now let's see. Someone at the research lab in Hateno Village might be able to help you. Hateno Village.
Oh.
The location shining on the eastern edge is Hateno Village. It is a small village, one of the very few places that avoided suffering significant damage during the calamity. You are Princess Zelda's only hope, and Hyrule's as well. You cannot turn back now. Follow your heart and seize your destiny. Okay.
Oh.
If he's the chosen one, is he gonna bring balance to the Force? More or less, probably more on the Jedi side of things, but and the Tau. She's working with the Tau. Kinda. So the problem with them creating all these autonomous robots, they made a bunch of AI robots to try to take out Ganon, but Ganon took control of the robots, which kind of screwed everybody else over. So if we ever get attacked by a robot during the stream, that's the reason why. Trying to get funny, of course. And this looks fun. It is. I highly, highly recommend this game. If you own a Switch, this is a must-buy. I don't know if I'd go as far to say that you should get a Switch to play this game. I don't know if I'd go that far. But if you already have a Switch, this is absolutely a must-buy. This is 1000% worth the money. And it also has wonderful music as well. It doesn't overuse the Zelda theme as much as it might seem. Is something wrong? Do not tell me the steel has slipped from your spine. I realize that you have just awoken. I'm not suggesting that you must defeat Calamity Ganon right this moment. For now, you should focus on getting that broken Sheikah Slate fixed. Hurry to the research lab in Hateno Village. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but what's really cool about this game is that, well, the map fills out every time you find a tower in each location, but the castle is like right here. And each of the divine beasts are in like the corners of the map, basically, or left, right. upper left, upper right. The Divine Beasts are really cool, but they're in service of you beating Ganon. So if you wanted, you technically could just run straight in and fight Ganon immediately the moment you wake up. I tried doing it. Not advised. It's really difficult. And I'm playing on Master Mode, which is like a very hard version of the normal game. So if the game seems really hard, it's because I'm playing a hard version of it. This looks like Paya's diary. It seems she's only just started writing in it. Grandmother says she conspired with Princess Zelda and Antipura 100 years ago. They decided to put a lone swordsman into a long sleep so as to prepare for a time that was foretold in legends. The name of that swordsman is Link. Since then, Grandmother has been waiting for him to reappear after all this time. I too pray that he awakens soon, for the sake of Hyrule and for Grandmother's sake as well. Okay. Link needs a bonus quest, find a Nintendo Switch. I think originally the Sheikah Slate, this thing, I think it was based on the Wii U? Because this game initially came out on the Wii U, surprisingly. I don't know if it looks different on a Wii U, but that was the original intention. Link needs a Switch to beat Ganon. Actually, speaking of the Switch, what we're gonna do... This locked mementos thing, I believe, should allow us to get more functionality out of our Switch device. So let's... Actually, there's a shrine up there. Let's see about getting more functionality out of our Sheikah Slate. Oh. Enchanted is open for business every day of the year. Oh my, look at that face. You are totally my type. Hi. Oh, and you even have a Sheikah Slate on your hip. Wait. Huh? A Sheikah Slate? Isn't that like an incredible thing that only incredible people can have? I'm not sure what this all means, mister, but it seems you're a great deal more important than you appear. Can I get a discount then? Or... No? Welcome to Enchanted, my high-end boutique. We exclusively stock the special garments of the Clary collection. In fact, that stealth chest guard over there is highly recommended. And we also buy anything you don't need, so just talk to me when you are ready. Clary collection. The Clary collection. As in, a high-end collection curated by me, Clary. But of course, I personally select each and every item in here using my flawless fashion sense. It's all highly recommended. Each item has its own unique features and abilities, so take a good look. How much? Holy mo... It's not that expensive. Well, in the grand scheme of things. But we need more money. We only have 50 rupees. That's what I do too. And see, Taku, you're incredible and an amazing person. Thank you, Patriot. Thank you. I appreciate the glaze. And this is what streaming's all about. Let me tell you. It's all about getting glazed. I'm half joking. Well, I do appreciate it, though. Thank you, thank you. It does fill me with the positive feelings. It does fill me with positivity. Sir Link. My cuckoos. My precious cuckoos. They haven't come back yet. Now that my wife wants nothing to do with me, damn, my cuckoos are my only emotional support. Wow, what do I do? Ah. I'll go find them. Really? Thank you so much. I have 10 cuckoos total. Hopefully you'll be able to find them all. Look, man, am I guaranteed money? Like rupees after this? Or... Wait, what is this kid doing? When's food? I'm bored. Wanna play? Yay! What'll it be? What'll it be? I don't remember how to do this quest. Hide and seek? Yay! I'll go hide. But I gotta go home to sis when it's dinner time, okay? Dude, I genuinely don't remember how to do this quest. I, no joke, do not remember where she's hidden. I'm pretty sure I finished this quest at some point, but I do not remember where she went. Like, I kind of want to check the houses, but I feel like I did. And I feel like that's what I also did wrong before, is that I was looking through the houses. Maybe she was behind something. I don't remember. Actually, no. I think she might have been above the village, maybe? She said it. And no, his chickens. No, not the chickens. No. Not the chickens. I'll return them since we got them right here, but I really don't... Oops. I really don't remember where she went, though. Nobody tell me, but I don't remember. What the heck was that? Maybe... No? Maybe she was at the top somewhere? I have a vague recollection of talking to a kid up here. I'll leave the chickens for later. Where? She might be over here, maybe. I don't know. I really don't remember. She did say she has to be back by a certain time, though. And there's supposed to be a ball that fits in there, but I don't know where the ball is. I don't know. Damn. I really don't know. That's fine. And they're hiding right next to you. Kidding. I don't know. And Taku not finding the chickens. That's foul. You're too chicken. Thank you, Patriot. That is absolutely foul. I get the joke. I've got it. I got it. But... where is she, though? Oh, I hope that goes in. Just barely made it. Nice. Where does she go? Hide and seek. But she does say she has to be back by dinner time. Okay, let's focus on... let's focus on the chicken thing first. Since we're here... damn it. I can't sprint with the chicken. You can't excuse it. Nice one, nice one. Oh. I might be getting a little cocky. Ah, got him. Today's dinner is veggie cream soup. It's super nourishing and fortifying. Well, that's what they say anyhow. It must be true. All you do is toss a swift carrot, rock salt, fresh milk in a pot and stew it up. Then voila, so yummy. Oh no, Coco was all out of swift carrots. But Coco promised to make Katla some hasty veggie cream soup. I'll bring you some. Thank you so much. Okay, Coco just needs one swift carrot. Just one, and Coco can get cooking. Coco will be waiting for you here. Though once it gets dark out, Coco will have to head home. Okay, let's get her thing. Azrae says, did you know there's a secret 5th temple? What? What are you talking about? Like a 5th divine beast or something? What splendid carrots. It looks like someone's gone to great lengths to grow them. Damn it, I can't just pull it. Can't just pull it out of the ground. Insane. And don't be laying that down. Link being a local Spider-Man. Wait, what was that? Oh. Oh, wait. What is this? Wooden bow. This wooden bow may not be the most reliable for battling monsters, but it is excellent for hunting small animals. Can't carry any more, huh? Oh, we got a good one. Soldier's bow. Let's just get rid of our Boko bowl. Boko bow. I said bowl. Nice. Okay. That's what that one dude came in and spoiled during Tears of the Kingdom. Oh. Ah, yes. A classic Tears of the Kingdom spoiler. I don't miss spoiler era. Or I don't miss the spoilers during spoiler era, I guess is the better way of putting it. It was so crazy. It used to be so nuts, Patriot. Back around Breath of the Wild time, the amount of times I was like, don't do this, insert here, and then I get an immediate like, okay, but, and then they proceed to do the thing I just said not to do. It's insane. Genuinely insane. I mean, I don't really think... The 5th thing is probably not a spoiler. I don't know. Damn it, there's Coco. Coco, where'd you come from? Oh, no, wait, no, it's Katla that needs to... Damn it. I need to find Katla. Let's see. Always helping people, breaking things. I have to know if there's rupees in it. That's the thing. If there's rupees, I need to know. I need to find them. It would be nice if we had somewhere to sleep that I didn't have to pay for. I'm gonna buy a carrot.
Oh.
I don't want to buy it, but I'm gonna have to. You gotta. Oh, shoot. She's gone. I don't want to pay for it. No. Let's go do the shrine. I'll just take care of that real quick. Since we're here and we gotta wait till daytime anyways to do the rest of the quest. I actually have to go, not like right now, but pretty soon. It's almost time for family dinner tonight. Go, chicken! Damn it! I just missed. We almost got it, though. Is that everybody? Oh. Only 8 have returned. Maybe I should do this first. Well, the better vantage point would be the shrine, so... Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch 'em all. Here we go. Alrighty. Let's go. Only? Only? Asray says, I would have been pissed because I genuinely found the fifth temple to be such a pleasant surprise. Which one even was the fifth temple? Ah, shoot. Wait, is this a combat trial? I share with you my knowledge that it may please Hylia. But yeah, which one was the fifth temple again? Genuine question. I don't care for spoilers at this point. Pretty good, actually. Hold on. That down. Only 8 of 10 and no thanks? XD? This looks safe. Oh, where you get on the Gundam. Now I'm mad all over again. I don't remember my reaction at the time, but... Dude, that is a massive spoiler, actually. I can't believe somebody told me that. I don't even remember being told that, but... Actually, I have a vague memory of it, but... I don't remember my reaction to it, but that is actually a massive, massive spoiler. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. A single-edged sword traditional to the Sheikah tribe, forged using ancient technology, it just may be among the sharpest conventional weapons ever made. Okay. That's actually genuinely bonkers. But hold up, Gundam and Zelda? If you play it, you'll get there eventually. It's, Okay, so... I'll tell you, Patriot. Asray was there, so I don't need to explain to Asray, but... In my channel rules, like, even back then, my channel rules were, like, no backseating, spoilers, hinting that something would eventually happen. No hints, tips, backseating, or spoilers. That's pretty much what the rules were. And especially with Breath of the Wild, the amount of times that back in the day that I would be like, don't foreshadow anything that's coming. Don't tell me that there's a secret thing over here. I don't want to know. The amount of times that no one would listen would, like, drive me nuts. Like, you could be, like, wandering through the depths and someone would be like, oh, did you know that there's actually, like, a fifth surprise thing right over here? It's like, brother, I don't even get the chance to find out for myself. There's no surprise anymore. You just ruin the whole... Anyways. But yeah, we banned him for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, it's a back in the day problem. None of that has happened recently, so it's whatever. But Patriot says, that's a must. On this temple, there's a ray gun. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was a different time. It was a different time back then. Back in the day. Use a side hop to avoid enemy attacks. This will create an opening that you can use to strike back. I feel like it's kind of late for them to be telling us right now, but that's fine. Whoops, wait, try again. Oh, do I actually have to attack it? Oh, wait. Nice. Do a backflip to avoid enemy attacks and create an opening to strike back. Whoops, wait, hold on. You can repel an attack if you parry with your shield at just the right time. Strike back in the opening you create. Damn it, hold on. Build up your power and then release it to unleash a charge attack. Catch your enemies in this motion to damage them. Right. You have done well to learn these crucial skills. Now proceed. Oh, sorry. You know another L I took on the date yesterday? So we were talking about a sword often wielded by Guardian Scout. Its blue energy blade is a product of ancient technology, not very durable. We were talking about like the allegations against one of the VTubers we both know about, and that guy puts out ASMR content, and my date said something like, I asked her if she watches ASMR, and she's like, "Oh yeah, but like I'm not a big fan of deep voices." And in my mind, I'm like, damn it. Welcome into Fafeon, Kashi. I was out for Din Din with the girlies so late, but hello, post-date debrief. Deets now, please streamer, start from the beginning. Welcome in, welcome in. I'll tell you in just a second. Let me get outside of this temple and then I'll tell you. I actually do have to... Oh, I gotta go in like 10 minutes actually. So here's what I'll do. I'll give one last detailed rundown of the date and then I'm gonna have to head out. I have family dinner in a few minutes. Crazy you're withholding information. Okay, I also want your opinion. I want your opinion, Kashi. But I'll tell you. At least this way, if I tell you right now, you can ask whatever questions you want, and I can answer them. Compared to watch the VOD and not really know. So, alright. I'll find a nice location for us to tell the story. Alright. So. Let me start with the beginning of yesterday. So, I didn't sleep very well. I was very anxious and nervous for the upcoming date because I had scheduled to meet her at 11 o'clock at this coffee place, right? So I didn't sleep very well. I had intended to get coffee and breakfast there. Oh, you don't even know the date story. Who is this? So... Oh, yeah. I guess the last time we talked was last Sunday. So, let me back up even further. So, a few weeks ago, Ari had posted a picture on Instagram with, like, a bunch of her like work friends, and one of Aries' work friends was really very, very pretty. So I was like, Aerie, who is that? And I was trying to get Aerie to set me up, but did Link just scratch his butt and sniff it? Anyways, so I was like, Aerie, who's that? And she was like, oh, it's this person. And I was like, oh, you got to set me up. But Aerie was like, here's your Instagram instead. So I sent her a message on Instagram on Monday, and I wasn't really expecting much of this, but I sent her a message, and I was basically saying like I'm a friend of, hi, I'm Taku, I'm a friend of Aries, and I saw you on her story the other day, and I was asking about you, so Aerie gave me your Instagram, and I was wondering if you'd like to get coffee with me sometime. So she replied back and she was like, yeah, sure. So we had scheduled for Saturday at 11. So I was very nervous because I didn't really think that this would work out at all. I didn't think Instagram DM would work, but I figured we're not meeting organically IRL. I either shoot my shot through Instagram DM or I don't shoot my shot at all. So I sent her the message, and we planned for Saturday at 11. So I couldn't really sleep very well, so I was super tired. I was just malnourished because I didn't eat breakfast. But I showed up a little bit early at like 10:40, and I was waiting around until about like 11:05, and then she appeared, and she is like very, very pretty in her pictures, but she's like 2 or 3 times that in person. She's really, really pretty. So, and I was already like nervous, so I was like nervous normally, and then on top of that I'm like, I can't be fumbling this. So we got inside and we were talking a little bit about like, I think probably about how we know Aerie or something. And I found out that we both went to different high schools back in the day, but she graduated a year before I did. But technically we're only a few months apart in age. She's a different graduating class, but she's like practically the same age as me. So we went outside and we were talking for a bit. Also, the people that worked there, they were real ones, because the music was so damn loud, like I could not hear myself think. And I was like fumbling through all my talking, and someone inside turned the music off. It was dead quiet for the rest of our date. It was awesome. So, big thank you to whoever did that. But they, we got to talking. We were talking about our college experiences, like what we did, where we went for college, funny events from college, what we did after college, a few like, I told a few of my like dorm stories and my like apartment living stuff, and she was talking about how she went to Japan for a program after she finished college, and about all these places she's been and all this wonderful food she's got to eat in the nearby area. And one of the things you might like, Kashi, is that she's a player of Love and Deep Space. Her favorite man is Caleb. And I don't know if you play Love and Deep Space, but I have a feeling. So that's kind of why I bring it up. But she plays Love and Deep Space. Never played that, but Mandy has. Mandy mentioned. Oh, and sorry, Patriot. Patriot also says, different time, different Taku. So true. Throw in his Discord many questions. Feel free to ask me questions on Discord if you'd like. And when did the Avengers arrive in the multiverse? If only. If only. It is an Avengers level threat, though. I will agree. So, when we... now, here's kind of the difficult part. I gotta wrap the story up already because I gotta go, but... around 3 o'clock, we had both realized what time it was. And I was like... Sorry, I didn't realize what time it was. I don't mean to keep you. We'd been there for 4 hours at that point. And I was like... She said, like, oh no, it's alright, I got nothing to do today, and the only thing I have to do is, like, meet with my cousin for dinner. And I was like, okay, well, I got nothing to do today, so... so we kept talking for a bit, and then 4 o'clock rolls around, and then she's like, suddenly gets a call, and she's like, oh, I gotta go. So she... we quickly say our, like, really quick goodbyes, nice meeting you, hop in our cars and leave. And at around 6 o'clock, I sent her a message being like, I really enjoyed getting to know you today. Thanks for meeting with me. She mentioned a place that in a nearby city, a Japanese restaurant that she likes to go to. So I was saying, like, if you wanted to, I was thinking of checking out that place if you wanted to go with me. Just let me know. And I haven't got a reply since. But yeah, the sudden call is kind of sus, and then I haven't got a reply since, which is also kind of sus. So I am a little bit worried because I feel like I fumbled it. And not a good sign. So. But we did have a lot to talk about, but she was very good at talking. I very much was not. I hope she does get back to me. I did enjoy the time I spent with her, but I don't know if she felt the same. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. But I'm still awaiting a response. So I was talking up to like Mandy, Kim, Giggles, I think K. Scott too, maybe, was basically saying like Giggles especially was saying like, no one would keep me in a date for 5 hours if I didn't want to be there. And Kim was basically saying like, if it's not going well, I'm leaving, and I'm not even justifying why I'm leaving. Something to that effect. Which is valid. And I think Mandy said something similar of like saying that she would just have say she has somewhere to be or something to that effect. So, and then I kind of feel like the little like check-in at like 3 to be like, I don't mean to keep you here if you gotta go, you know, sorry to keep you. And then she proceeds to stay, kind of makes me feel like that was your out. You could have left, but I don't know. So I have no idea how it went. Because I feel like I fumbled. I'm not really like, I'm kind of awkward in real life, and I don't think that I'm very like, I don't think anyone thinks of romance when they look at me, personally. I don't think. But in that way, I'm kind of unsure about how it went. So, but and sometimes if you are a yes man, you know, huh? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it went. So, anywho, but yeah, I'm streaming just to kind of calm my nerves about it. But now I have family dinner, so I gotta go. But thank you guys for joining me today. Wonderful stream. Thanks to all of you as always. Definitely check the VOD for more details about it. I talked about it within the first, like, I started the story around 15 minutes in. There's a part in the beginning where I'm crouched and I'm like looking over a river. that's the part of the VOD where I start talking about that's the part of the VOD where I start talking about the date. So if you wanted the time skip to that. But Patriot says, no problem. You let us know if you like Hell's Reach. I have the audiobook. You'll love it. Good night, sire. Good night, Patriot. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you, thank you. And in real life and on stream, nodders, but it's okay. Taku, you have your own charms. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I hope things work out. But admittedly, I'm not sure if they did. Because like you'd think, oh, 5-hour date, it worked out. It must have been great. But then there's the part where it's been like 24 hours of me having invited her to do something, and I didn't get a reply. So in that way, I'm kind of like, I don't think it went that well. So who knows? But anyway, thank you guys for joining me today. I really got to go, but thank you all. Thank you to Appy, Patriot, Fafeon/Kashi, and to Azray, and to K Scott, Modrigo. Thank you for joining, and thank you for the sub. Thank you to Moxie. Modrigo's asleep already, but he'll feel my spirit. Thank you to Mandy and Kashi and Kim as well. Thank you guys for joining me today. And thank you as well to Giggles and Dre. Thank you guys for joining. And I said Patriot early, so and Crusader. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you guys for joining me. Maybe she's processing things. I don't know. Hopefully. But anyways, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for more of whatever I don't know what I'm playing. I might do Steel Division. I might do something else. I don't know. But we'll see. I'll put something on the schedule. But I'm definitely streaming tomorrow. I don't know what I'm streaming, but we'll do it tomorrow. Thank you guys. Pleasure as always. I'm doing a little salute. No one can see it. Catch you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Good night, all.